Gay is in, gay is hot. I want some gay, gay it's gonna be.
Hello. Hi. What's up? So,
Crec que Oli just subscribed. Pepper 9 dab, Pepper 9 dab, Pepper 9 dab, Pepper 9 dab.
Quickie, thank you so much for subbing for 50 months. I really appreciate that. Also, hi. Hi, Nerfoni. Hi. So, I'm a little sore. I have a little bit of sore throat. It's not too bad. Um, so I'll do my best today. I feel like my TNG tour is a little laggy. Give me a second. Hello? Hello? It's a little laggy. Hello? Hello? I don't know why it's lagging a bit, but hello? That's fine, whatever. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna do my best to stream without. The thing is, I don't think it's even like it was really cold. Oh no, my internet is not very good today. I dropped some frames. Hopefully, it was just that. So I'm gonna work on a giveaway Ditto today. I'm working on berries since we're finished Moonies 2 days ago, I think it was. And I can't stop. And if that doesn't take too long, I don't know if I'm gonna play anything today, honestly. I think today is a we will see. We're also watching a movie later on Discord, so might have to have like a shorter stream. But yeah, let's get this thing started. Movie. I have not watched today's movie, so you're also drawing today. That everyone should draw. I had to take. I have to move this mic. It's a little too close to my face for some reason. Ah, there, that's better. Yeah, everyone should draw. Okay, so I don't know how this is. Wait, yeah, these layers are still all a mess. I like how I cut her legs off. Oh no. No, the thing I struggle the most with Ditto's, I mean, the thing I struggle the most in general is the reason I mostly do portraits is because I'm really bad at drawing blanks in shoes, especially shoes. Why is my music so loud? Oh my God. I'm just not used to these new earbuds that work. I'm used to the old earbuds that felt like the music was underwater. But yeah, the thing I struggle the most is with with legs and feet and shoes mostly. Um, so if you look at almost every single one of my sketches for this, you'll see that at some point I cut off the legs and just started moving them around until they looked decent. I'm almost done with my coffee. I forgot to refill. Okay. If the music gets weird, Corky, let me know because this is this is my iPod playlist. It has some songs. I've accidentally added songs through the years to it, thinking it was a different playlist, but this playlist was originally me copying music from my iPod to Spotify. And sometimes I like to listen to the music I listened to when I was in high school. You know, this might be surprising, but I forgot to get my glasses. The thing is, every night before I go to sleep, I take my glasses off. Since I don't sleep in this room anymore, I sleep in my mom's room. Not that she needs me to sleep in her room anymore, she's basically fine. She doesn't need me. But every time I say I'm gonna sleep in my room, she gets upset, so Oh yeah, since I sleep there every night, like before bed, I take my glasses out there and I leave them. So when I take a break, I go look for them. Probably fine. I'll just see all the mistakes later. I don't usually make mistakes with a liner. It's usually when I'm coloring that I make the mistakes. That I don't see like spots I'm missing. I really hope I don't cough too much. I was coughing a lot yesterday. I think also the coughing is what's hurting my throat. Because I really don't feel sick anymore. I'm gonna open the reference too before I forgot. Just to have it there to check some details. Honestly, I think we can trim this a little so I have more space on my screen. Do this. No. There we go. Now, so when I put this in my second screen, I have more space. On my second screen, on my screen. My second screen is technically my Cintiq. So, there we go. No, I feel like I say this every time I draw one of these, but honestly, the neck is the weirdest part about all these drawings. I'm trying to understand what I do. It's a lot of details, like what's happening here. I see. Thing is, this is a little higher than I drew it. I'm trying to think if I want to give her a little extra. So it sounds so weird. A little extra neck. Let me see something. Yeah, because when I did Marigavi, I did give her a longer nap. But at this point, this is basically just like an Adventure Time character. Mooney's was easier because of the pose. Yeah, I've been giving everyone neck. I should give Bailey neck too. Sounds so weird to say out loud. Where did I put my pen? Oh, it's on my legs. How much of this? Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep this. I'm gonna go back to the sketch and then cut the head off, right? And we're gonna move it up a little. I'm gonna redraw this little area here. Oops. And my emotional support under sketch. I'm alive. You know, last night I was trying to watch the movie Him, and I don't know, I've heard mixed things about that movie, but I was like, you know, I want to give it a chance. I always try to give horror movies a chance because you really can't trust people, like most people with horror movie opinions. Some people just like don't like horror, but still like, people will say a horror movie is bad, but the truth is it's not bad, it's just that they don't like horror. So I always try to give horror movies a chance even if they have bad reviews. But this movie, man, I was so bored. I had like 30 minutes of the movie left. I had to go to sleep. I was like falling asleep. And it kind of got a little, like, visually it got really, well, visually it was always interesting. Visually it's a very good movie. It just turns out that if you put horror into American football, it's still very boring to me, right? Like, I thought maybe like adding horror to the sport would make it more tolerable. I'm bored. But it got like visually really cool at one point, so I was trying to like, you know, put up with it, but I was just falling asleep. It was like still 30 minutes. Well, it's probably less than 30 minutes left because there's credits. So maybe like 20 minutes of the movie left. And I was like, you know, if I'm gonna watch this conclusion and like, I mean, right now it's like a 2-star movie. I guess it depends how it ends, but I just had to go to sleep. I just had to go to sleep. I was falling asleep. I don't know why I'm fixing so much stuff. Sketch there. One. Okay. What matters is this. I did tilt it a little. I think that looks a little better. Yeah, I think it looks better with a little bit of neck. At this point, I should stop calling me Ditto Sonas and just call them Adventure Time characters. Is there anything else that has this style? I'm trying to think. I mean, some people have this style. It's funny because I've never gotten so many comments about my style. My sister is drawing this, and I'm like, is this really my style? Because it's really not. Like, I'm heavy on the face details. Sorry. The thing is, I'm not coughing because I want to cough per se. I'm coughing because my throat gets really dry, so it gets itchy. It's really a weird thing. I wore two sweaters to the I wore like a sweater and a hoodie to the movies yesterday, and I was still freezing. I know I have sore throat spray somewhere. Don't ask me where. I have to look for it. It's probably somewhere in my mom's room, but I don't know off the top of my head where it is. I should just order some, honestly. Actually, my mom is going to the grocery store today, so I'm just gonna ask her to buy me some because I don't even know if the one that we have is like still good. So I can't remember the last time I had like a sore throat. Probably just gonna tell my mom to get me some. My mom wants me to go to the doctor to get like an urgent appointment. I feel like if I go to the doctor like this, like how I am right now, they're just gonna give me like acetaminophen and send me home. Like, what are they gonna do? Realistically, I also like looked at my throat and it doesn't look bad. Don't have anything. So sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I have something there, or it looks red, but honestly, going to the doctor might be worse because it's so cold there. And if you get an urgent appointment, you really don't know when you're gonna go. Like, you might have to wait like 2-3 hours until a doctor is available to see you. So, like all that time in the cold might actually be worse for me. Yeah, that too. I mean, I also really don't. I also don't have any face mask. I would have to go buy a face mask. I used my last. I used my last one when I went to get that ultrasound because I get my ultrasounds at the emergency emergencies. So I was like wearing a face mask when I go to emergencies because people are sick there. Well, the last time there wasn't anyone there, thankfully, but the time before that, there was a kid just coughing so much. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get sick. This is all black, but I'm gonna do it like this so I don't get confused. So I still haven't decided. I'm gonna make well, it's probably do it the same color as the skirt. I did change some details because it's just the original, like the reference has a lot of detail, but it works because it's like a larger model. When I'm trying to simplify it, so many details kind of like overwhelm me a little. And I think also my overwhelm the design. A Brambleghast is a Pokemon that kind of looks like Bramble. It's literally the name actually. It's a Bramble ghost. That's Bramble, that's called Bramble. Brambleghast. I'm just trying to confirm that it is the Pokemon that I think it is. Tumbleweed. It looks like Tumbleweed. That's what I'm. It's a little tumbleweed with a face. I really like that Pokemon. It's very funny looking. I have one. I think Brambleghast is last gen, isn't it? Maybe that's why you don't know it. I'm saving. Alright, my throat is so dry. I mean, the fan on my face is probably not helping. Gonna have to refill my water soon, drinking so much. Never told me about bathrooms after it was better. I was hoping because there are two salas. I don't know how to say it. There are two like theaters, rooms in the movies I go to that don't have anything around them. And so while the other ones have like are like one next to the other. I was really hoping to get one of those. Or there are like three actually now that I think about it. That are just the theater and there's no like a screening next to it. So because I heard a lot of people saying that they were watching the back rooms and it's so quiet that you couldn't hear the music from Michael or like whatever movie was playing next to them. And thankfully I did get one that doesn't have anything. I think the only thing around it are like bathrooms and like the tickets where they sell the tickets. So definitely didn't have any noise pollution. No, and it made such a big difference. It really did. Like it felt a lot more tense. Even though I knew what was gonna happen because I already seen it, it was a lot more tense, and I did enjoy it a lot more. I did have a guy like the row in front of me, but he was like I was in one end and he was in the other end. And at some point I noticed he was like playing a mobile game. I'm like, why are you playing? Like, why do you pay for a movie ticket? Go in and start playing games on your phone. That's so stupid. But he wasn't like in my direct line of sight, so he wasn't bothering me. I just noticed it at some point and it kind of pissed me off. I don't know what's wrong with people, honestly. The lady in front of me pissed me off because she put stuff on the stairs. And I was like, man, if there's an emergency, someone could trip on that and die. Um, but I forgot about it until like the end when I went out and she left all her food, like all her like popcorn and like all her trash. She left it on her seat, so that always pisses me off. I don't know why you can't just like clean up for yourself. Always remember, like it always reminds me of when I went to watch Wicked Part 2 the second time. So I went and watched Wicked like pre-premiere, like 4 days before it premiered, and it was like a double. So I had like Wicked 1 and Wicked 2 after, and the the second time I went with my sister and my mom. The first time I went with my niece, and the second time I went with my sister and my mom because they watched the first one with me too, and they wanted to like see how it ended. And the guy next to me, we went VIP, so it was like the big reclining seats, and the one next to me, the guy next to me, he was like a theater gay. He knew all the songs, he was singing them, and I was like, we could be friends. And then when the movie was done, he left, and he left all his trash, but it wasn't only like movie trash. It was also like KFC and Burger King and like, and I was like, no, I can't be friends with someone like that. Like, how can you leave all your trash for like on the seat? I just don't get that. It always pisses me off. Oh no, that's bad. That's bad. We lost. Like, what was it, like last week? We lost like a chunk of. I lost like a chunk of drawing because I hadn't saved. And when I went to save, Clip Studio crashed, and um it didn't back up because I had it to back up like every 20 minutes, and apparently 20 minutes hadn't passed. So I lost like a chunk of liner. It really pissed me off. It just pissed me off so much. Worst nightmare, like the Valentine's Day incident. The Valentine's Day incident was worse because I lost like the rendering. I remember it was like I already had the drawing, like all the flats were there. I was just doing shadows and stuff, and I lost like maybe half an hour of work. And I got so pissed off, I just ended stream and didn't work on it for like a week. My god. And Creaky calls it the Valentine's Day incident because it was a Valentine's Day drawing. I think it's my banner here on Twitch, like that Harlequin and Ivy drawing. I just remember I like ended stream, didn't work on it for like over a week. I don't even. It wasn't even a Valentine's Day drawing by the time it was done. But that's a problem I've always had with Clip Studio, that like it crashes when I'm saving, which is very frustrating because what are you supposed to do at that point? Like, you're doing the right thing, you're saving. I do have autosave on every 15 minutes now, but I mean, you can do, if you like lock in, you can do a lot in 15 minutes. Like, I draw my daily Dittos in 5 minutes sometimes because I've done so many of them that they come like so naturally now. I can draw them so fast. At this point, my god. I need to remind my mom for the sore throat spray. And there was something else I needed to tell my mom I needed from the grocery store. And it wasn't snacks. I'm trying to get used to drawing 3 fingers on these. And I don't even draw 3 fingers on emotes, but I just feel like I like them more when they have 3 fingers. Except when I'm drawing the piece like like this. I find it so weird to only draw 1 finger there, so I add the second finger. Or what I do is I do this. Oh man. remember my one of my art teachers really hated when you do three fingers, but sometimes the style just looks better with three fingers. I was gonna say something. I need to remind my mom, and I can't remember. I just don't want to. I was gonna go to the grocery store, but I decided not to because I was scared the air conditioning was gonna be too much and already fucked up by going to the movies yesterday. I'm trying to go see Masters of the Universe, but it's like impossible to watch it here in like a norm. It's in Dynamics, which is the one that has the moving chairs. And Dynamics is 30,000 pesos. 30,000 pesos. If I go half off day, it will be 15,000 pesos. That's almost like a normal ticket. It's so expensive. Like yesterday for Backrooms, I paid 12,000 pesos. I just can't justify, and it's gonna be. I suffer from vertigo, so having moving chairs. The last movie I watched like that was Sonic 3 because I took my niece and my nephew to watch it, and they have been like, they have never gone to Dynamics, and they really wanted to try it, so I was like, oh, fuck, let's just get it. Like, there's a movie that's probably worth Dynamics is a Sonic movie, right? Sorry, my friend wrote to me something. And I took them and it was the worst experience. I kept like falling off the chair, like I kept sliding off with the movement, so I had to like reposition myself. Um, it's it's it gets a little bit of like vertigo because I suffer from vertigo. Like when I get on like electric escalators, you call them escalators in English. We call them electric stairs. You guys call it escalators. When I get on those, I usually get a little bit of vertigo, so it's pretty bad. What is a paladin? I feel like this is an ultra ball. Ultra ball Pokemon. Do I have ultra balls? I do. What is a paladin? That I don't know. There's like some DLC Pokemon that I don't know. Oh wait, I do know what a Palafin is. It's a dolphin Pokemon. I don't think I had it in my version of the game. Is it like version exclusive? Cause I don't remember having this Pokemon. Palafin is the only known Pokemon capable of learning the move Jet Punch. It is also the only Pokemon that can have Zero to Hero as an ability. Interesting. I don't know why I thought it was a different Pokemon when I heard the name. I don't remember catching that. I should replay it. Oh yeah, I I'm gonna buy a Pro Controller because I've noticed that um when I stream, oh, my glasses. When I stream, what do you call it? Like on the Switch with the Joy-Cons off, it really hurts my left hand. And I'm just guessing it's the size. Like Joy-Cons are so small. Maybe it's the size. So I want to buy a Pro controller. I put it on my throne, but I'm probably gonna buy it when I get paid. I put it on my throne because I was scared that it was gonna disappear, but um I'm gonna like I don't know why I thought like it was gonna be a longer time before I got paid, but I get paid next week, so I'm probably just gonna remove it from throne and buy it myself. Cause it's really cheap. It's like I think $35, and I saw it on Amazon for $95. And I was like, this doesn't look trustworthy. It's too cheap. But I looked and it's like the same place I bought other stuff from before. So and everything I bought from there is good. Has been good. So I tried um plugging in the PS4 controller. Apparently some third-party PS4 controllers work on the Switch, but mine is not one of the lucky ones. Mine you need an adapter. You need an adapter to plug it into my Switch. And I could not find an adapter here, but I decided I want a Pro controller anyway, so. I also like leaving my PS4 controller only for Crossworlds. It's my Crossworlds controller, you know? I know it was you. Lucky, lucky, you're so lucky. Ah, fuck. My hand is starting to hurt. My hand always hurts when I do liner because I feel like the need to like press so hard. It's really a habit that I need to break. But you would think after 15 years. Has it been 15 years? Well, I started doing digital when I was in middle school, so more than 15 years, like 20 years. But my old tablet wasn't a screen tablet. I didn't have a screen tablet until like um mm, when I started streaming. A year after I started streaming, I had a tablet. I got a screen tablet. So 8 years. Yeah, why? It's just it's not necessary. It's not necessary to press hard, but I like forget that I don't have to. But my first tablet was a Genius tablet, and it was not meant for drawing. It was meant for digital signatures. So it wasn't like the best to draw, but I mean, I made it work. I got that when I was like 13, 14 maybe. My dad found it for me, I remember, and we went to buy it. And they were like, "What are you gonna like?" Everyone was like weirded out that I was buying the tablet because, like, they usually sold it to like companies that needed digital signatures. This was like mid 2000s, you know, like, so they were like, "Why is like a 14-year-old buying a signature tablet?" I remember it also came with a mouse you could only use inside the tablet. So weird. But I made it work. Then I didn't have a tablet for years until I was in uni, and my friends gifted me one. They gifted me like one of those, like they don't make those anymore. They were called bamboo whack on bamboo or something like that. And I had that one for years. I did use Cintiqs when I was in uni because um my uni had a Cintiq lab where they like we had class like I had illustration class and a bunch of classes there. And if it was free, Like there were no classes there, you could borrow them for 10 years. Those were really good. I still have mine. It just half of the screen doesn't work, or half of the area doesn't work. You only have like a tiny little area that works. Then I got my sister got me as a graduation present. She got me like the tiny little Intuos. Um, and I still have that one too. I'm gonna switch to Huyon. My friend was trying to teach me how to pronounce it. Huyon. Um, and I'm not very good at it. I already have one like saved on my Amazon. Uh, I'm definitely because this Cintiq is 8 years old this year. Like they're 8 or 9 years old this year. Um, and it has a lot of dead pixels. And if you touch the cable, it like turns off. So you have to be really careful, which is not good when you have a cat that likes jumping on your desk. So I already have a Huyon. My friend Flora Pop, she's like also an illustrator. Um, she recommended it to me years ago. Yeah, they're so expensive. Wacom is so expensive. I remember I got Wacom like back in the day because it was the only brand you could buy here. Well, I didn't get this one. I got gifted this antique when I was in Sweden. I don't know how much that was in Sweden. Probably really expensive. But my previous one, like the Intuos, my sister bought it because it was the only brand of tablet you could find here. And back then, like we didn't order on Amazon or anything like that, like we do now. Like Amazon has gotten a lot more accessible here, but back then, um, if like shipping here was super expensive. I'm gonna have to take a break soon. Get more coffee. Actually, let's take it now because it's almost been an hour of stream. I'm gonna BRB and Hi, Kitty. Me asustaste. Sorry. I didn't know Kira was under my chair, but I didn't touch her. She's just dramatic. She's just a little dramatic. If you like just slightly step on like the hair of her tail, she'll scream like that. Ay, no pasó nada, no te pasó nada. No, she's good. No te pasó nada, no te pasó nada. Yeah, she's fine. Okay, I'll BRB. Oh no. Venga, venga. BRB. Hi? Okay. Let me pause the music for a second. Is this nostalgic for anyone? I need to know. Um, wait. Is that nostalgic for anyone? I need to do it again because I didn't do it close. I don't know where the sound comes up on this. I don't know if I did it close enough to the mic. It's really low. I only hear my mom talking. And now I hear my dad in the kitchen. Jesus. Forgot to close the door. It is a DS. It is a DS. I charged my DS. Let me sit down. So I charged my DS because my friend, Fairy Bell, Samantha, she's looking for a Pokemon. She wanted to buy a Pokemon White, but it's like $100, and I was like, I have a Pokemon White that I don't plan on using. So maybe we can like get it to you, but obviously, like I live in Colombia. I think she lives in the US. So I wanted to test it to see if it worked before like we spend money sending it, right? Or maybe I can have someone like give it to someone that's going to the US and send it to her there. But the point is I needed to know that this game worked before I send it to her. And I was charging my DS to see if I could test it, but it doesn't read the SD card, the game card. And I don't know if it's because the card does like the game doesn't work or if the DS doesn't work. And the only other game I have is Pokemon Black 2, which also doesn't work. But it's also like an old game, you know? So I've messaged a couple of friends that might have working DSs. I also have a 2DS, but I can't find the charger. I've been looking for it everywhere, but I can't find it. But yeah, I charged my DS, and my DS, the screen doesn't work very well. And I guess it might not be reading games. I'm trying to think if I have another DS game that I'm not remembering. And when I go look for the charger, I'm sure I'll find the other DS games if I have them. I have a Game Boy Advance game. I have like a Mega Man game for the Game Boy Advance, and um I had the DS Lite, which reads Game Boy Advance games. So I also kind of want to try that. But yeah, when I turned on the DS, I felt like a little nostalgia. DS is so old. It's 15 years old, that DS Lite. Because I bought that in my senior trip. And I graduated high school 15 years ago. Almost to the date, 15 years ago, actually. I'm old. But yeah, I hope the game works so I can send it to her. Cause like paying $100 for a DS game feels, oh man, feels horrible. And especially when I have it, I don't plan on using it again. I have it like I have it here. I have the case. Okay, it still has the little because games used to bring like little booklets. They don't do that anymore. I still have the booklet, so I'm really hoping this game works and we can get it to her. I also want to test Pokemon Black 2 in case anyone wants it. I also have Pokemon X. I'm gonna test them all, see which ones work. I wouldn't mind, because I know a lot of people have been getting DSs on their Throne. And if anyone wants those games, I'll happily, like, as long as they pay shipping, I'll happily send them to them. Because I really don't plan on getting a DS again. I have a 2DS, which is fairly new, honestly. It's not that old. I took the SD card out of it to put it in my Switch. Because that was a big SD card and I wanted to have it in the Switch. I don't know where the charger is. I'm trying to think if maybe I lent it to someone. Someone else. For 3DS. I have my 3DS, but my 3DS is dead. It's completely dead. I just keep it because it's cute. Um, it's a midnight purple 3DS. I got it. What do you call that? Refurbished directly from Nintendo. I don't know if Nintendo still sells refurbished. But I got my my 3DS for refurbished. And it worked for years, you know. It did its job. And then a few years ago, I went to, like in like 2018 maybe, I went to use it and it wasn't working anymore. Like the screen, the touch screen wasn't working. Which, let me tell you, was an issue. So my ex gifted me a 2DS. And then when I went to transfer the information, you need to like input things into your DS to to send the information, or like copy the information to the DS. I don't remember what it was. The point is, my screen didn't work, so find I had to find a video that had like the screen and like what you had to do, and I had to follow, like without seeing, I had to follow the instructions. Like I had to count, like, oh, I have to write an A, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you get to the A, shit like that. But I did manage to transfer all my data. And then it was for nothing because I ended up getting a Switch maybe like a couple of years later. Drow gifted me the Switch actually. And I wanted to have a bigger, I wanted to have more space in it, so I put that SD card, my SD card there. You know, when people on like Twitter, like the Poke Twitter people, were like starting to raise money for the Switch 2, or like people were gifting the Switch 2, and people were saying like, oh, that's not gonna happen. Um, like why would someone gift a stranger a Switch? I thought it was so ridiculous because I got my first Switch gifted here on Twitch. Dra wasn't even like that close of a friend back then. He wanted us to play games, and we did. We played so many Switch games back in the day. Well, thank you for hanging out, Nerfoley. Am I back? Am I back? That was my fault. It was my fault, sorry. I accidentally moved the Ethernet cable and it disconnected. Sorry. It's a little fragile. The adapter is a little fragile. Yeah, I blame Kira. It's always disconnecting it. So I think it like fucked up. It fucked it up a little. I mean, I'm gonna say the shoes look good enough. Man, I was gonna say that I already told my mom about the throat spray when I went to get my glasses, which I did remember to get. Where I shouldn't be singing and my throat hurts. This song is a banger. It's hard not to. I have questions about this design here. I have to message Barry. Okay. So, is this all connected? Because you can kind of see like the end of the skirt here, right? But it also kind of looks all connected at the same time. So I'm unsure. I mean, if you look at it from afar, it looks like this is all one thing, right? It's when you zoom in, and I'm wondering if that's just a little mistake here, because the highlight here goes all the way down to. It wouldn't make sense with this shadow. Like if this was under the skirt, you would think there would be a shadow here too, right? I'm thinking this little line here might be a mistake. I'm not sure. I might have to message Barry later about that. Because when I did the sketch, I interpreted it as all of it as one. But now that I'm like zoom in, I noticed that. And I can't listen to some of this music the same way. There's a guy I follow on Instagram, and he like He like shows you all like the questionable songs from like rock bands of the past. Turns out like almost every single like rock band has a song about like being into a minor. So earlier when we were listening to the Smiths has a song about being into a minor. And Red Hot Chili Pepper doesn't have a song. I don't know if they have a song. But Anthony Kiedis, which I loved Anthony Kiedis so much. I have a like a painting I did of him. Okay, I love Red Hot Chili Peppers, but he's a weirdo too. You really can't trust him. You really can't trust anyone anymore. He's a big weirdo too, and it's in his book apparently. I mean, would you call it a Lolita fetish or would you just call him a pedophile? At that point, I feel like it's just a pedophile, you know? um, well, at least, what's his face from Audio Slave? I just forgot his name. Oh my god. Chris Cornell. I've never heard anything bad about that guy. Watch someone say, actually? Okay, let's move on to the hair. Yeah, this guy, like, he puts the lyrics, like, the lyrics of songs, and he sings them, but it's him singing, it's not like the actual song. And man, like, weirdos. Motley Crue has, like, I've never been really into Motley Crue, though. I was never into Motley Crue, but they have a really weird one. There was another one that I was, like, shocked at how weird, like, how, like, it's not even weird, it's how, like, the lyrics, like, I know it's illegal, but I don't care, shit like that. I think that was a Motley Crue one. I don't know, it's really weird. How people were just, well, I was gonna say how people are just okay, we're okay with that, but like, come on. Were. It's more like an R. But let's not talk about that now, because it makes me really upset. Given the current circumstances on my country, it makes me really upset. I think I mentioned this, but I'm probably not gonna stream this Sunday because it's election day and my mom is gonna be insufferable. We don't have to hear that, you know? We don't have to hear my mom being insufferable with the election results. I'm guessing it's gonna be like on the TV on all day with every little update on who's winning, so it's just really gonna be bad vibes all over. I'll try to squeeze a stream between today and Sunday. Well, hopefully. I mean, Saturday. I don't know when I have kids, actually. I don't know when the kids are back. I need to ask my sister. Oh shit. I did a bad. I did a bad. I did a bad. I did a bad. I did a very bad. We had. Wait, give me a second because I messed up. There we go. Okay. Solved. Nothing happened. We had. I think you guys call it primaries. So we had a few months ago. We had like consejo. I don't know how you say that in English. And other stuff, and like senator. I think I don't remember. And then a couple weeks ago we had, I think you call them primaries, which is like all the candidates, all the presidential candidates. And then this Sunday is just like the two that got the most votes. So yeah, we call it we don't call it like you guys must call it, I think called primary. We call it primera vuelta, segunda vuelta, which kind of means like first round, second round, I guess. The way to translate it. What you have to understand about my country is that I know in the US you have more than like Republicans and Democrats. I know you have more, but you guys like always have like the candidates that always get to like are either Republicans or Democrats. Like you never get like those third party um people. But we have like a million parties here, and they all well they don't all have equal chances, but um it's not as like cut and dry as it is like two sides, like there are many sides. Like the center has its own thing, and well the center has like three different parties. Yeah, for us it's not as throwaway, you know. But there's the Green Party and like the center, there's a lot, you know, and a lot of them are the same thing, they're just different parties, so they're like basically the same thing. I don't even know what party the guy that's one of the guys is, if I'm being honest. I don't even know what party he's supposed to be. I just call it the alt-right. I don't want to talk about that. It's really annoying right now. I'm just saying it like it's a little different here. Also, we have the blank vote, which I know it's not a thing in the US. Mami, un segundo. Cuando vayas, my mom told me I should maybe have take something for my allergies. Because the throat might be an allergy thing, and I don't know why I didn't think about that before. It might be an allergy thing. Oh, this is like the tiniest pill in the world. I love it. Blank vote everyone. Not like big ones. Like I think here in Colombia, I know if it has won in other places. I don't think it has ever won like a big one, like a presidential one, like a mayor. Actually, I think the one that won here was a mayor, but it was like small town. That won the blank vote one. But like nothing major was gonna win. Like I don't think it's ever gonna happen. I guess it's just some people like having the choice to not vote for any candidate, and it still counts as them voting, you know? Because I think that's the thing in like the US. Like if you don't want to vote for either candidate, like then you just don't vote. Or I guess you could throw. Can you throw away votes in the US? I don't think so because you do those things like digitally. Because you can throw away your vote here. Like you can go vote and then just like scratch the card or shit like that. Because we do it physical. So there's this thing. So I've been voting jury before. So when you get like your voting card, you get to choose the party and you get to choose the candidate, right? Basically anything inside the box counts. So if someone draws a penis inside the box, as long as it's perfectly inside the box, it counts. Which is a thing people do. People do draw penises. It didn't happen when I was, but it has happened. The thing is, I don't know if people just don't know how to vote, but if you draw a penis because you think the candidate is a penis, you're still voting for him. Like that doesn't discard your vote because as long as it's inside the box, it counts as a valid vote. So sometimes people like hate a candidate and they like write like fuck you, for example, inside the box, and and then they don't scribble anything else outside the box, which would like neglect your, like it will nullify your vote. So basically they vote they vote for the penis, so they vote for the fuck you know. You just draw that. I always do a nice cross inside the box, okay? A lot of like people who are like the jury, they're usually university kids, you know. They don't want to be there. They're either university kids or they are like people who work in businesses. Because you can't just like it's not like jury duty in the US when you can randomly be selected. um Someone has to put your name in. And usually if you go to university, then the university will put your name in. If you work in a big company, like a bank, for example, they'll put your name in. So I can't have my name put in because I don't work anywhere, I don't study anywhere. So I'm like, good, that's not gonna happen to me. But when my sister worked at a bank, for example, she was always picked. You got out of it. I think I've had a few friends tell me like their strats to get out of it. But yeah, when I was in uni, they would submit my name, and I had to do it a couple of times. But one I managed to skip because I had already bought tickets to a concert, and I had bought plane tickets, and I proved that I bought them before I was selected, so I was able to be excused. But the second time I did have to do it. Um, but then yeah, that's like a thing that people do here. You can like I guess you can protest vote, but like I don't really see it as a protest because I mean the only people who are gonna see that are the people who are counting the votes. And I would say that instead of getting your your vote annulled. I don't remember what the word is. There's a word for it. Um, Discarded. I don't know. Instead of doing that, you can just vote in blank. And it's never gonna win, but you have the option, you know? Sorry. What happens if it wins? You need to select new candidates, I think. It would actually be super funny if it ever won. I'm actually reading a book about that. I don't remember if it won though in the book. I just know that a bunch of people are voting in blank. Do you don't have that in Mexico? Well, you don't live in Mexico, so you maybe don't know. I don't know anything about voting in Mexico, but you could vote in Mexico. I don't know actually. Actually, I'm talking shit. I don't know. But if you're like a citizen, well, I don't know how it is in Mexico, but in Colombia, if you're a citizen of Colombia, you live elsewhere, you can vote. So I don't know how it is for you though. I don't know. I would feel weird making decisions in the country I don't live in. You know, I feel that. I feel that, Ricky. I feel like a lot of people vote for when they vote for like for example, they're voting right now. Like you can right now you can vote if you don't live in Colombia. You can vote already. Um, and yeah, it's you're like you're voting for. It's kind of like what happened with Brexit, wasn't it? Like a lot of people who voted um for that didn't live there. They didn't even live in the United Kingdom. And the people who are screwed over are the people who live there. You know, I understand that. I probably wouldn't vote. I don't know if I would, honestly. Vote without needing an ID. I know a lot of people are voting right now. Like my friends, some of my friends that don't live here are voting. Um, because you know voting starts early in other places. It's kind of like you can also vote for in the U.S. You can vote if you're not in the U.S. Um, I don't know. I definitely understand that take that like you don't live there, so why would you take like make decisions for like you did mailing vote? Oh, that's really cool. Well, the thing is, I mean, I live a long block away from where I vote, so I just go walking there. Um, but mailing, I feel people would never. I know you guys have issues with mailing votes too, like they don't trust them. I feel like it will be the same here. I mean, people already don't trust how we currently vote. Anyways, vote. Um, I'll probably go early to vote too. because my mom is gonna be so paranoid all day. I mean, it's all rigged. I do believe that. I don't. I just. I don't know. I just know from personal experience how it works. So, I mean, I never had that issue. Um, but I do know people who like have been approached. Like I once had a friend who like didn't register. So if when you come of age, you get automatically registered to vote, right? Well, I don't think it's like that in the US actually, so maybe not, right? But here in Colombia, when you turn 18, you automatically get registered to vote. Um, the thing is, they don't not always accurate to put you in a voting location that's near where you live. So you might get really lucky and get a voting place near you. Or you might be like me and get a voting place that's like 2 hours away. So I had to change my voting location. But everyone's registered to vote when you turn 18. And a friend kind of had that happen too. He got he he had like a voting location that was like in like the south of Barranquilla, really far away from where he lived. And it's more like a low income area. And when he was there as a jury, um, his table was approached, and they were offered like they weren't even offered money; they were offered groceries, which I thought was really sad. They got offered groceries for like rigging the vote. So maybe that's not first-hand experience. That's just my friend's first-hand experience. But like, I believe it. I don't think he lied about it, you know. And I'm sure some people are like, especially like depending on who you're targeting, they're like desperate enough to do it. You can't even blame them at that point, right? You have a family, you have kids, and they're offering you like a month of free groceries. How do you say no to that? That's something I'll never blame people for, you know? I blame the people like doing that, like the ones offering the groceries. Like fuck them. You can help people. I mean, no, all has to be like that. Okay, I think I'm just going through the design to make sure that I'm not missing anything because I have, as I've mentioned, okay, I mean, I can show it to you. It's like a really detailed design. It's very nice. I really like it. It's like very detailed, but also like not overcomplicated. I really like Barry's B2 design. Sometimes I find that they have too much detail to the point where I'm like, ah, that's too much. You have, but this one is like just in my opinion the right amount of detail. The thing is, my Ditto is a little bit simpler, so I did try to adapt some of it. But you know what? Like, you do whatever you want. If you want your little cute VTuber to have like the most maximalist design, like you do you. Who am I to judge you? Honestly, I kind of wish I was good at maximalism. Okay, let's start coloring. Don't let me forget these little lines here. I'm gonna do them on top of the line art later. And I know I'm gonna forget. No, yesterday when I went to watch the back rooms, I got like a coffee before the movie, and my friend asked me like if I wanted a drink, and I was like, "Yeah, get me a drink." He got me like the biggest drink ever. I'm probably not that big in American standards, but I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna pee so many times during this movie." The good thing is I already watched it, so I knew when to pee. But still, it was so cold yesterday. It's wild because that movie theater used to be known for like how how hot it was, and then like at some point they were like, okay, we're gonna fix all our ACs, and people are gonna die now. One gallon bug, I think you would die. Like that would give you a heart attack. I feel. I know like caffeine, excess caffeine is an issue over there because I remember everyone like what is that called, Panera? Like Panera had like a drink that had too much caffeine too. I don't know if Panera existed when I lived there. I don't remember it being a thing, but maybe it was, and I just never went. I just know about it because of what we do at the shops. Definitely try to be. I'm trying to be better with my coffee, but some days 48-ounce bucket from Dunkin' Donuts. Damn, our Dunkin' Donuts doesn't have that. I really like Dunkin' Donuts coffee though. I like it mostly. It's I think Dunkin' Donuts has the best, at least here. I'm talking about Colombia. In Colombia, it has the like the best price quality ratio. Like it's very cheap, but it's tasty. because I think Tostado has the cheapest coffee, maybe. But I hate Tostado coffee. It sucks. Tastes like shit. Like only is the only place there is when I drink it, which is wild because I feel like Tostado is like actually I don't know if it's still like a thing because the one near me closed and the one that was in the like where I buy tech stuff also closed. So maybe it's not a thing anymore. When I want coffee, I usually just go to Juan Valdez. I know there are a few Juan Valdezes around the world. Um, it's not the best quality and not the best price, but it's everywhere. Like the one nearest to me has three Juan Valdezes, one Starbucks, and then it has one Dunkin' Donuts, I think. Yeah, one Dunkin' Donuts. The thing is, you have three Juan Valdezes, and the three of them are full of people. Starbucks is usually empty. People really here don't like Starbucks that much, which is good. Fuck Starbucks. But I'm kind of shocked that you can usually find empty tables there. And usually when I go there, usually it's because my Gabi wants to drink from there. A lot of the people I see there are either just co-working or they're foreigners. I think it's wild that you're a foreigner. You go to Starbucks. You come to Colombia, country of coffee. You go to a Starbucks, please. I just realized that I forgot something. This over here, she she has a little shirt here. Like the shirt goes all the way here. So like this maybe. I should have known. Like I drew Barry. What was it last week? Like right here, there's a little shirt that I forgot about. I'm gonna make this a little thick. I'm gonna do color liner a little. I think it's yeah, it is a transparent shirt. I don't think there's much transparency to be had on a Ditto. Color. I do wonder why people in this house can just like close the door normally. You know? Always have to throw it. Slam it. It's the same color as the hoodie. Not a hoodie, it's like a jacket. Is this the song of your people? Reina Maluca. Oh, I forgot this. I wanna, even though they're like the same color, I wanna keep them in different layers. At least for now. I'm not sure if it's gonna be like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just gonna keep them in different layers. That's all I wanted to say. I would have to pee again. Jesus. Drinking too much water. I guess I like to complicate my life with too many layers as always. So this one is a little bit see-through. Which I don't think it's gonna pack at all. And this one is dark. Azucarito. I am back. Where is this line? Is this in the liner? It is. Because am I missing anything? I don't think I am. What is this? Nothing? Okay, delete it. Your memory will carry on. Okay, I'm gonna start rendering this shit. Oh my god. I'm gonna die today. And you know what? I made a mistake scheduling today's movie night because I forgot today Colombia played in the World Cup. So I'm gonna watch that movie, which I haven't watched. I'm just gonna be hearing people screaming in the back, like everywhere, because you can hear them everywhere. Probably my mom too, if we're being honest. But I'm not watching that. There's nothing more stressful to me than watching football. And there is also nothing more stressful than watching something with my mother. She gets, like, if I get stressed out, she gets not only a million times more stressed out, but she also is very vocal about how stressed out she is. I'm just not, I'm not doing that this year. I have better things to do than stress out over, like, a sport. Like, when I was younger, I would go places to watch the game, and I don't do that anymore. Well, I was mostly dragged to places to watch the game. I never was something like, oh, I'm gonna go watch the game at a restaurant or a bar, you know? Was usually dragged there. Oh, I can't read that. And thank you, more Dubs, for the follow. Welcome. And thank you, Creaky, for banning whatever happened that I didn't see. Oh. Both. The use. Man. It's kind of wild because my throat doesn't hurt. I've never felt like a sore throat like this because it's not sore. It's just uncomfortable. Satisfaction. You know, there is something really nice about not having to put a lot of effort to rendering hair. I mean, I usually like rendering hair, don't get me wrong. But it's also kind of nice when you don't have to. I don't know how to do like a little one here too. I also kind of like that you can basically do whatever you want with this hair because it's all not supposed to be hair. So you really can't do any wrong if you think about it. I encourage more people to use a Ditto as an excuse to draw whatever you want because you can technically do no wrong. Oh, that arm looks a little bit longer than the other arm. Well, maybe this Ditto has a longer arm. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever considered it that does Ditto transform with one arm longer than the other? I don't like that. The freedom of the Ditto. Uh, 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 uh. Scheme. Oops, wrong color. I mean, you could technically do anything you want when you're drawing if you think about it. I don't know how to. I want to do the shadow here. Like, I'm not saying art has no rules, but like also art has no rules. Like, unless you're like doing something specific, you can kind of do whatever you want. Like, okay, like if you got a job and you have to do like a specific thing, yeah, you should follow those guidelines. But if you're just drawing for fun, it's like you do whatever you want. Who cares? Who cares? I was gonna say, who's gonna stop you? The art police. And then I remember there was like a actually. Oh my god. Good thing I didn't go to the grocery store. Um, my sister is sending me some messages. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there was a time on Twitter where there were people who were like literally the art police. I'm sure some of them were just trolls, so. Oh my god. Um, my sister is sending me messages, and I'm just here like, stop. You know, say something that I'm not supposed to say. That I'm in such a habit of reading messages out loud when I'm streaming. You know that I think about it, I probably shouldn't be drinking water with ice. I think that's bad. When you have a sore throat. I guess it depends on what kind of sore throat. Bad throat. I can talk. I guess it depends on what kind of bad sore throat you have. See, I can talk. I like that color better. See, this is not you. This is uni music. This is not high school music. This is high school music. Did I ever conclude how I wanted to do blush on these? Because I feel like I didn't. How did I do it on Mooney? Okay. Okay. So I do one that's blurred. I mean, I can do whatever the fuck I want. This is me not fighting with anyone specific. This is me fighting with my OCD. Don't think I'm fighting with anyone specific. This is me fighting with my OCD. And I can do whatever the fuck I want. Still don't feel the sensation on this. Did I multiply this? Why did I multiply it? This is just like how this looks. The single one that we wrote. Barry has freckles. ¿Qué haces, Tira María? I think. Oh, wait, let me check. Because I think it's only on top. No, it's everywhere. Also on the cheeks. Bring them down. I don't think I've ever drawn freckles on a Ditto. Okay. Why is this not working? Because it's the wrong layer. ¿Qué pasa, Kira María? Todavía no suele de salir. Oh, you're trying to lick the crumbs from my cake. Is that what you're doing? I had a little bit of cake. And she's licking the crumbs on my lap. That's why I don't like eating in my room, but I was hungry. Um, okay, this is the undershirt. Or the shirt, I guess. Is it an undershirt? I'm not sure. I think it is, because it's a little transparent. And she has the little top on top. So I'm gonna call it an undershirt. Who cares? What is this? What is this? I literally see nothing disappearing. Am I missing something? Is this a blank canvas? It has to be a blank canvas. I mean a blank layer, sorry. I just realized something. I forgot something. Okay, I'm gonna conclude that this is an empty layer and I'm gonna delete it. Okay, this is the pink part of the jacket. ¿Qué pasa, Kira María? Please don't crash. Oh my god. Okay, and then crash. All good, all good. Oh, it's also the little top. Zombie and Vox, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. What's up? I'm gonna sneeze. I'm not gonna sneeze, it's fine. I'm not gonna sneeze. I feel like if I sneeze, it's gonna unleash something that I don't want to unleash, so I'm not gonna sneeze. Sorry. Oof. Being sick sucks. I just want to be normal. I want to be good. The what was it on Sunday? I think I don't remember when it was. I was drawing. Okay, this might be TMI. Sorry, might be a little gross, but I was okay. I'll leave it as vague as possible. So on Sunday, it was Father's Day here because we can't celebrate Father's Day the normal day, which is this Sunday because we have elections, right? So we celebrated Father's Day at my brother's. My brother has like air conditioning, and it like really oof, it was not good for me. And hi zombie, how are you? And when I got home, I wanted to draw a little bit, and I couldn't because my nose, just let's just say, my nose was dripping. Let's just say it like that. It's a little drippy. It sucked. That's why I don't want to sneeze. I don't want to unleash that on me right now. Like, I feel like shit in some ways, but not in that way, so let's keep it. What is this song from? Oh, Legally Blonde. It's like I've heard this song in a movie, Legally Blonde. This is definitely some of my high school music. I've probably said worse, yes. But I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson. Okay, I think that's it for this layer. Save. Oh man, every time it tells me to save, I feel like I'm gonna save and it's gonna crash. I'm paranoid. You could say I'm paranoid. I feel like the belly needs a little, like a shadow. I feel like it's missing a shadow, but I can't. Goodness, feed me. And I think it's just my full body anatomically correct brain telling me that it needs a shadow. Why is why did I why is this on this layer and not on the layer it's supposed to be? Like it's supposed to be on this layer. Hmm. Is this pink gonna work on black? Well, it's gray. It's not black. Let's test it. Because I know purple would look. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't like that. Where's my dark pink? Here it is. Magenta? No, it's not magenta. Dark magenta? I don't know what color this is. Looking at it in my other screen, it looks pretty cute. Like it's good. It's looking good. I don't hate it. And I trust those colors better than my Cintiq's color. And yellow too. Yeah, when I zoom out, it's cute. I'm trying to ignore the part of my brain that is telling me that I need to draw a shadow on the belly. Is that a belly? It's like the, what is this area called? I forget. On top of the belly. The belly would be here. I mean, is it? In this anatomy, it's kicking my ass a little. You know, one of the hardest things to do when you like learn how to draw, like, well, I think it depends. If you learn how to draw, um, like yourself, self-taught, that's the word I'm looking for. If you're self-taught, you might find drawing like anatomically correct a little bit harder. I mean, I guess it depends exactly what kind of anatomy you're learning yourself. But a lot of people learn more like cartoony anime. When they're self-taught, they kind of lean to more, especially nowadays, more like our cartoony art. So it might be hard to go through to like actual anatomy. And I know because that was me. You know why? I learned how to draw myself. But then when I got to uni, you had to take like art classes and learn how to do things anatomically correct. And it was a struggle. It was hard because you're like used to doing things a certain way. But then I had the opposite problem. Now I had a hard after I learned how to do things anatomically correct, I had a hard time breaking the rules and drawing more cartoony. I this the thinnest brush. And I wouldn't say I have like a even semi-realistic style nowadays, but I still struggle with like the more cartoony aspects of it sometimes, which is in part what I wanted to do like this. Like drawing other people's stuff is always a little bit better to learn because you get out of your comfort zone. Although I gotta say, very in my comfort zone in a lot of ways. It's very in my comfort zone here. The last one, Moonies, would have been my comfort zone when I was in like middle school. I feel like middle school was probably like my biggest magical girl era. Mostly because there were so many magical girl animes. Well, two. There were two magical, three? I want to say two, three magical girl anime. I don't remember what me and Mosiban was it if I was already in high school. Back in my day, you didn't watch anime on the internet. Speaking of anime from my middle school times, is this one we don't speak of? But I still think the music is it's bangers. It has bangers. This is the skirt. Let's put it on like on a different folder. What is this? Okay, little ribbons. Mm. Okay. It's auto saving. Okay, we have the lip soak. It's really. Kira, ¿qué haces? Gonna put a little knee, heart knee. Ow, my jaw just cracked. Kira wants to go on a walk, but she's not going on. I can't take her on a walk because it's too windy outside. I have to wait for my sister to take her on a walk. So if you hear scratching, it's just her scratching my my, what do you call it, my chair. Okay, socks done. Shoes. If I'm bad at drawing shoes, I'm also very bad. I'm very bad at every aspect of the shoe, okay? There's nothing salvageable about me drawing shoes. It's all bad. Um, And it's gonna be 3 hours soon. That's what this playlist is called, Bangers. Should actually be called My iPod Music. Okay. Shoes done. Shoes suck, but shoes done. I know, I'm gonna add something to the liner there, but sayonara, bye bye. I want to know how we used to have so much free time to watch all of Yu Yu Hakusho on Discord. Because I remember we did that. Was that during the panini? Maybe it was during the panini. And that's why we had so much free time. Hmm. Do we? Hmm. Okay, let me just do something. Let me save this. Oh, I'm missing the thing I said I was gonna forget. I didn't. I remember. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. There we go. I didn't forget. Okay, let's do a little liner coloring. Didn't I said I was gonna color this one here. But now I'm not so sure I like it. Because it kind of looks... I don't know if I like it.
Holy shit, dude! Flame Dragon Matt just subscribed.
Didn't you just subscribe? Thank you for subbing for 25 months, Matt. I really appreciate that. Into the Prime. Get them steal from Amazon. Is it technically stealing from Amazon? Well, yeah, because if you sit on it, it's worse. Flambe Dragon Map. It's because I have the... I added that as a joke so long ago. I have the text-to-speech lady in Spanish. So it kind of sounds like she speaks with an accent. Flame. It's not even an accent, it's just straight up reading it in Spanish, actually. She's reading it in Spanish, that's why it sounds like that. You and since when have I been muted? I don't know how long I have been muted. That was weird. You've heard me? Did you hear me? Thank you for your sub. Okay, so it wasn't muted for that long. I wonder what happened. That was weird. That was very weird. Huh, so it was just like so it was just like muted for like seconds. I'm gonna have to lay down for a bit. I honestly thought I was feeling better, but now I don't know. Oops. I think I'm gonna lay down a bit also because we're watching a movie later. And I want to be good for that because I haven't watched that one. So what did we watch last time? Frankenhooker? I had already watched Frankenhooker. I think. That was the last thing we watched. Check it down, down. Yeah, I think I'm done. I like this one a lot. I mean, it's easy when the designs are so cute, right? I actually think Barry's streaming right now. I really wanted to play a little bit of Tomodachi Life, but I think I'm gonna have to like take a little nap or something. Ah, fuck, I dropped my pen. It's fine, we finished. I don't need to pick it up right now because I'm done. Pocopia. Whenever I get the new controller, I'll play some other game. Like I want to play Link's Awakening. I want to play the other one. What is it called? Echoes of Wisdom? I don't remember what it's called. So better by then. But I am gonna try to squeeze a stream between today and so either Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Oh, so like it worked. The first night it worked, and then the next day it just started drifting again. And I was reading, and apparently like it works if you have like a certain margin of error, and my margin of error is higher, so it might just be like um I am gonna buy like the replacements for them, but I'm also gonna buy a pro controller because using the Joy-Cons has been hurting my hands. So I think I'm gonna be more comfortable when I'm playing with a controller, like a pro controller. And I found a really affordable one. I think it's on sale. I think it's not that it's affordable. I think that it's on sale because it's a Switch, like a Splatoon controller. I put it on my throne. It's like in my throne right now. But I get paid like Monday, so I'm probably just gonna buy it. Well, the thing is, I get paid on Monday, but it takes like 3 to 5 days for my money to transfer to my bank account from PayPal. So I don't know when I'm gonna buy it. But as soon as I get the money here, I'll buy it. So I can play things that are not Tomodachi Life. Because I don't think I can play something like Zelda or Super Mario Wonder with a drifting controller. I mean, I could, but I probably want to kill myself afterwards. So, I am gonna buy the replacements for the Joy-Cons because I still want to play it handheld, you know? That's how I mostly play games on the Switch, is with it handheld. So I'm gonna buy the replacements. I know someone, I have a friend that can switch them for me, that actually knows what they're doing. I don't even have to go to like a place. I have a friend that I forgot about. They can do that. So yeah. But no, I think the thing you sent me is really good. It's just mine is a little bit too gone for that to work, because it worked for a little bit. But yeah. I'm gonna go. So that, like, I was reading, and the problem is like, if the program doesn't work if the issue is with how it's centered. Like, it has like a margin. It can be like a 12% to like 20 something percent margin error that the program can fix. But if it's like higher than that, then it's most likely not gonna get fixed. And my margin of error was like 34, 35. So I think that's why it like fixed it a little bit, but then it eventually started dying again. But I feel like it is drifting, but it's drifting less. Like, I felt the drift was a lot more extreme before, so I definitely think it works. It's just not not for me. How do I start? Why would I always forget how to start raids in this thing? I miss hosting, you know. Hosting was easy. Raiding is hard. But yeah, I'm gonna raid Barry. You know, I feel like it's appropriate since we were drawing her, and I also really like Barry, so that's not how you spell Barry Camps. There she is. If you wanna go to raid, good. If not, also good. I'll see you sometime. Sometime in between today and Thursday. And between today and Sunday. Tomorrow is Thursday. Jesus fucking Christ. But have a good day, good night. And I'll see you then. And thank you for hanging out. And I'm sorry my throat hurts. Okay, thanks, bye.